Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Vinland Saga Season 2 episode number 6 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we get to see more about Canute and we see what he has been doing and how he is little by little gain more influence and he gained more power. Then in the end the resulting uh, the resulting thing that happened is that he became the king of England. So the process, we kind of see a little bit of the process. There was that whole thing with Ethelred and Eadric, where he went to Eadric and made him take or betray his king by taking his people hostage, kind of, and showing how Canute has the full control. So if Eadric wants to get out of the situation, he should betray Ethelred. And obviously he's bound to do that. He had to do it, and he tried to poison him. By the end, kind of successfully doing it, and Ethelred goes down. Not only that, his son, I think Edmund, that was his name, he comes up after Ethelred, but he also dies within a few years. And yeah, the only person left is because the only one king that is left is Canute, and he took the crown. Now, obviously, before that, we had a little scene with Thorkel, where Thorkel was like, "Oh, you proved to me. Now you're not a king. You're nothing. You're just a little kid. So prove to me your way of fighting." And yeah, in the end, he did prove to him. So Thorkel was kind of grumbling about it, but yeah, Canute became the king, and that's where it ended. So yeah, there you go. That was a really good episode. Let's see what happens in this one. This is episode number 6. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh boy. Okay. We need a horse. Wait, what? Is that the title of this episode? Okay, that's quite straightforward. Oh, oh. Damn. Poor thing. Oh no. Damn. They're like uprooting it. Wow, that's difficult. My god, Inner, calm down. You're gonna burst a blood vessel. Yeah, true. Damn! Wow. Alright, let's do it more. Still not. Look at those roots. Damn. So were they able to do it? Yeah, I think so. Oh no, they won't. Oh, that's why we need a horse. Yeah, have you told the master? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Oh boy. No, what about the master? Like, why? Like, so how are we supposed to? Oh boy. Yeah, the horse doesn't look okay. He's like, yeah, right. Yeah, whatever. Don't care. And what the? Who the hell are you to say, master? Master bought them. I don't understand this thing. Like, yeah, like just go and tell him. I don't know. Oh boy. Yeah, who cares? Nope. Yeah, exactly. It'll be too long. Hmm. Them. Okay. So Finn's like, yeah, so you're compensating for that? Who the? Oh, is this that guy? The one who was with Snake? The one Snake called Gramps or something? Okay. Is he a farmer? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, horse? So, what do we need to do? As a compensation? There must be something. Well, yeah, who are you? There you go. So, we have to do this. Alright. Seems an easy enough job, I feel like. Spherical. Okay. Okay. Well, at least it's like one plot of land. Oh no, will we have to do more? Oh no, there's more. There's more. There's more. Oh God. Wait. So great. Great. Well, he is providing us a horse, so I feel like it's fair compensation. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Yeah, probably he will. He's an old man. He's not going to deceive us, will he? Yeah. Why are you dropping? How many days? Oh, wait. Oh, so wait. So how long do we have to do up when we? Oh, so when we take it out, okay. When we borrow the house, we have to do it. When we bring it back, we have to do it. Okay. Hey, the horse is like, yeah. Like I said, this is fair enough compensation. Do the job, get the horse. Damn, the horse is okay. I feel like you should give the horse a little bit of rest as well. Otherwise, oh boy. Oh, this is the final, the ending song scene. There you go, making progress. Hmm. Oh boy, the whole forest is left in the back. But yeah, it's progress. The horse is not happy about this. Paul, okay. I have no idea. Well, yeah, no. Yeah, they're in Iceland, so. What? Hmm. The first time we brought them up after. Hmm. Okay. Great. Who the hell are you? Oh my god, what the hell is wrong with these people? Just do mind your own business. Okay. Oh, they don't even know who he is. Just tell the old man. What? What? Wait, is this Spherical guy not part of the. Must have seen them at least once. Old master. Old master? Wait, is his father? The master's father? No. Oh, there you go, there you go. Okay. Oh, we got a nice pair of horses. Oh, hmm. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's 1 day only. Damn. Okay. Probably. Oh, wow. That means a lot of money. Oh, he gave him. Yeah, makes sense. True. Yeah. True. Necessity is the mother of invention. Mm. True. Exactly. That is true. Oh, it's raining. Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking, like, will it not? Oh, it's talking to him. Okay. Uh, Damn. Okay, his name is Kettle. Okay. We end up arguing. Yeah. Oh, they're out. Well, we're helping your dad out. Mm. What? Wait, what? What? He's here? Yeah, this snake, not the actual snake. Wait, what the? Is that a bed? No, what is that? Oh, he smelled the food. Yeah, he was grumbling about breakfast. Yeah? Yeah, it's gonna work then. Good lord. Well, hmm. Oh. Ah. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, okay. I was thinking, isn't it like expensive to hire so many of them? I don't think so. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh. Oh yeah, you know what? That is true. If the Vikings come in and just try to plunder the whole thing, they'll have a whole army. Yeah, Thorfinn knows about it pretty much. Uh, yeah, I was thinking. Wait, oh, these people are associated with King Harald. True, true. Wow. Yep. Damn. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, we're sowing the seeds. Oh, a little time skip. Yeah. Damn, look at his hands. Hmm. All right, there you go. That was a nice episode without any complicated stuff happening. Nice wholesome episode. Oh boy. Damn, this show is really, what can I say? Like the things that, like this show kind of tries to like convey is like, what can I say? Like this show like has everything. Like every, like values, uh morality, people, how they, like how they are, how, like normal stuff, like a lot of normal stuff is here in this, in this show. And things that we see in the real world are also shown so realistically in this show. It's just crazy. Like especially in this episode, the whole like the whole conversation about wealth, where you earn money and then you have so much that you cannot, if you're paranoid, so you use that money to hire people. Okay, that's it. To to reduce that paranoia and earn more money, to keep hiring those people and keeping your wealth of, like, it's like a perpetual cycle. And that whole conversation, like it's so good. Like so many sections and everything. Like like I can understand why, like I've been hearing how people, it's like obviously a few section of people who are like, oh, this season is not as good as the previous one. Well, yeah, what can I say? Like it'll be like his one thing I'm kind of a little bit concerned about is that, like, I'm pretty sure everyone at this point pretty much knows, who have been watching my reactions, that this show is one of my favorites. And like obviously being one of my favorite shows, I would definitely want this to have a full adaptation. But this is one thing I'm kind of concerned about, is that seeing obviously how the majority of the people, how they're always, like just jump towards like battles, crazy battles, crazy soundtrack, crazy action, adventure, all these type of things. They kind of jump towards that and cling to it. And as soon as something, tries, like, a show or whatever tries to do something differently, they immediately lose interest in it. That's something that is concerning me for the upcoming seasons, is that I really hope that this gets like a full adaptation, because I've been seeing how how a few section of people are not really content with this season, and they're like, oh, this is very slow. But that's part of a story, like I don't understand why people would want a fast-paced story with no character development. It baffles me to understand why would people always want battles and battles and battles. Like just these type of things where we get to just, like this episode for example, like nothing much happened here. We just got to see like a section where Thorfinn and Einar kind of bond a little bit. There's a little problem with the horse, so they help out the um, father of Kettle, and he provides them with a horse, and he like, they're going to work for him for a little bit, and then they meet Snake for a little bit. They have that conversation about wealth and how Kettle's dad is not really happy about how Kettle, like uses his money, and how why he is just like, like just has this huge place where he himself cannot control, and he's always afraid of everything being stolen. So that, and yeah, in the end we get a little section of Thorfinn, calling Einar, not Thorfinn calling, but Thorfinn understanding that yeah, Einar is his friend. Like, that's all that happened in this episode. But is it that bad? You know, like, I don't understand. Obviously, I love battles. I love crazy action-packed episodes, but at the same time, I also enjoy this. So that's the thing, like I've seen a few people really getting like, kind of distracted, and they're like, oh, like, this season is slow. I'm going to stop watching, that type of thing. But I really hope this doesn't hurt like the popularity of this show, because I really do want to see Vinland Saga completely adapted. Like, obviously the manga is still ongoing. The manga is definitely ongoing. But I would want like a proper anime adaptation of the whole thing, because I feel like obviously mangas, like, the art style and everything is really good, and it shows the story in a way better, like, in a way. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like animes with the sound, the visuals and everything, the animations kind of convey and has the power to convey so much more. And I just loved Vinland Saga season one. This season is also going really good. So I would really wish that this continues in the future, hopefully. And yeah, but anyways, yeah, enough about that. All right, we begin this episode with uh okay, wait, what, where do we begin? Okay, yeah, we begin this episode with Thorfinn and Einar trying to get that log out. And now obviously the tree stumps roots are very strong, like a tree's roots, they like cling to the ground. That's why, like, even in storms and everything, they just stay strong. So it's pretty difficult for people to just uproot a whole tree stump. So they're trying their best. Obviously they're like, putting the rope. Einar is like, like pulling it. Thorfinn is trying to do the whole lever action with the like, the wood. However, it's not working. And then they're like, all right, you know what? Let's just dig a little deeper. And they dig deeper, try to do it again, not working. The roots are just too strong. So after doing it like for a long time, they just give up, and they're like we see the tree has been upturned. However, the roots are still like, clinging to it, so it's not possible. So Einar is like, we need a horse. And Einar's like, I'm so surprised. Why are they not providing us horses? Because they provided us when we were like, supposed to pull it. So they're not providing us horse for this, but for that they provided. Like, what's up with that? And Thorfinn gives us a proper like an explanation behind it. He's like, oh, they did not lend us a horse. They like, used us for the job that they are supposed to do. Like, that's the thing. That's why we had a horse. That was in the first place. That was not our jobs. So there you go. And that is why they gave us the horse. And yeah, so Einar is like, all right, you know what? We need to actually go and ask for a horse. So here we go to the horse stable, and these worker guys, like, like Einar goes and asks him that, oh, we need a horse, and he's like, ah, piss off, like, I cannot be bothered, like, like, no, you're not, you're slaves, we're not supposed to give you stuff, just basically just outrightly just refused. And Einar's like, oh, Pater told us that, yeah, we can take. And he's like, oh, Pater, he's a former slave. Ah, why do I care about him? Here we go. Now, this is the thing. Again, obviously, this is like whatever's happening here is something that is happening quite a long time ago, like in the medieval ages, I think, when, like people were like this, obviously, like, like slaves, oh, they don't deserve anything, they're not humans, that type of treatment. So you can see how, even though Pater is not a slave anymore, there's that stamp on him, and they're like, oh, he's a former slave. So that's the thing, which is, so what can I say, like, so sad, because here's the thing, I'm pretty sure Pater has, like, worked hard to get his, like, freedom. And even after getting his freedom, like he's just have this label on him about like, oh, he's a former slave. So what's the point? Like people are still treating him the same way that they were treating him before. But yeah, it is true. He does have a freedom, and he can easily leave this place and go somewhere else and start a new life where people will not know him, and they won't put the label of, oh, former slave. That won't be there. He can easily do that. But I'm pretty sure he's still staying here because I think he probably is so loyal to Ketil. I think that was his name, yeah. And probably after, like, like spending so much time with them, he probably got attached to them or something, and that is why he's still staying here, because he can easily leave. I'm pretty sure he can easily leave and like, do something else, go to some place where nobody knows him, where people won't, like, like refer to him as former slave. But he's still staying here. Must be because of that. Must be because he's attached to them or something after spending so much time. Because Kettle is, if you think about it, he's a lot nicer than most of the people. Like as a person, he obviously, like, he knows that, like, that these are the slaves. We are, like, humans with freedom. These are slaves. However, they don't look down on slaves. That's the thing. Like, obviously he does know that, yeah, like, these are slaves, and obviously treat them as such, but doesn't look down upon them, or, like, dehumanize them, something like that. We've not seen it. He even gives them opportunities to for them to actually, like, do their job and actually be free. So if you compare that to a lot of other people, obviously he's way better than them in that department, and he's a good person. So I'm pretty sure maybe because of all of those reasons, he's probably attached to him, and that is why he's not leaving here and still staying here and doing the job. Either way, yeah, they're like, oh, he's a former slave, so I don't care what he said. And then he starts giving excuses like, oh, we need the horses for this, that, blah, 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 and just, like, like Einar is just looking that the horses are just there in the stable, it's doing nothing, and this guy's just blabbering about, like, nonsense stuff. And then one person comes in and he's like, oh, I need a horse, and he's like, yeah, take it. There you go. So, and then he's like, oh, like, like, you use your body and do the job yourselves, we don't care, this and that, and just leaves. Now, here's the thing. This is a complicated situation now. Like, what I think I mentioned this in one of the previous episodes as well. This is like bullying. Like, like in school, like, the whole bullying thing, where maybe some seniors are bullying you, and they're like constantly making your life hell, and you cannot do anything to them because obviously they're way bigger, stronger, and more powerful than you. And so, being unable to do something in that situation, you go to the teacher and tell them that, oh, this is what's happening, and the teacher is like, oh, that's not good, let me see, let me handle it, you don't have to worry about it. Goes to those people, those guys, and I don't know, maybe gives them some punishment, tells them not to do it again, and yeah, that's it. So next day, those people, they come to you, those people who are bullying you, and they're like, oh, you snitched to the teacher, so yeah, we're going to bully you even more. There you go, your life is even more worse than it was before. And like, this is the thing, basically what's happening here. They can, like, like as Einar says, like, let me go to the master and tell him what's going on. We are his slaves, and these people are just not letting us do our job. So what am I supposed to do? And Thorfinn says that, oh, they're just going to, like, like, obviously they will probably provide us with the horse after that, but they will just, like, bother us even more from that point onwards. Like I said, this is like a whole bullying situation. Tell the teacher, you're more screwed. So that's what's going to happen. And so so yeah, here's the thing, what are we supposed to do here? And I love how Einar gets pissed, and it's like, what the hell's wrong with you, Thorfinn? Why are you so unmotivated? Like, aren't we supposed to do our job and just gain our freedom? And I love how Thorfinn's like just so surprised. He's like, huh? Wait, what? Oh boy. Anyways, if you guys noticed in this episode, you can see Thorfinn's talking a lot more than he was, and this kind of shows that he did, like, like his whole like, his whole personality did kind of change after the previous episode when Einar confronted him about his past, and when he told everything, and Einar, like, just told him that, oh, don't be so full of yourself, it was not you who killed my family, like, it was someone else. So yeah, like, you why are you, like, getting bothered by it? And told him that, and like, and also told him that, oh, like, you're alive still now, so there must be someone who's been keeping you alive, so don't say nothing good happened, all that stuff. After that, this episode, we can see the change in Thorfinn's, like, way of speaking, looking at the world, and personality. Obviously, he's a little bit more motivated. That's good. That's good. And okay, now after that, we get to see like, like, this guy hears him, Ketil's dad, and he's like, "Oh, you need a horse," like, "All right, come here." And they go towards him, and he's like, "My name is, what was his name? Svel. Just a minute. What's his name? Okay, I cannot find his name now. It was something with Svel something. I forgot. Anyways, if I find his name again, I'll try to remember. So okay, he's like, "Oh, come here. Like, you want a horse? I can give you a horse." And Einar is like, "Oh, that's so great." Yeah, and I'm thinking, like, yeah, he definitely must want something as compensation to it, but because obviously, he's going to provide them horses, so they need to do something for him. So and then we see what he's like, "All right, you do the stuff, like, just take out the stones, the pebbles, the rocks from this place." And yeah, they're taking it out little by little, and Einar is like, "Oh, how long do we have to do it?" And he's like, "Up until all the stones are out." Fine, you know he does that, and then everything is over, and he's like, "Ah, finally did it. All right, where's the horse?" And he's like, "Follow me." Goes to another place, and like, "All right, here we have to do some more job." And then we see them chopping the wood and everything, and Anna is not happy. Obviously, Anna is like, "Who is this guy?" And Thorfinn's like, "I've never met him before." And so Einar is kind of a little bit concerned. He's like, "Oh, what would happen if he doesn't give us the horse, even after we do this?" And okay, he says, "Is he really going to lend us a horse? Question mark. What if he's just making us work for him just for free?" And I love. Okay, Thorfinn's like, "Either way, this is just a typical day for us. After all, we are slaves." And he says, "We are the master's slaves." And the old man is like, "I don't care what your circumstances are." And he's like, "Oh my god, he heard us." And yeah, he says, "This is our agreement. In exchange for borrowing a horse, you will do my course in my house when you pick it up and when you drop it off." Fair enough, like, obviously he's not saying like, "Oh, you have to do each and every job in my house." Obviously not that. When you suppose when you're going to take your horse, just do a little of my course, take the horse, and after you do your job, come back, and after you return it, do a little bit of my job again, my course again, and yeah, that's it. That's all. Which is, yeah, good compensation. Like, he's actually lending them a horse, and when no one is doing that, so this is good enough compensation. Obviously, he's not exploiting them. He's not telling them that, "Oh, you do each and every chord that I have, I'm not going to move a finger." Obviously, he's not saying that. He's like, "Oh, do a few of my chords, take the horse, go do your job, come back, give it back to me, and do a little bit of my chords again." So yeah, good agreement. So after that, we see Einar has got the horse, Einar and Thorfinn, and they are like not taking out the tree stumps, and Einar is like, "Oh, this is great, I love it." And and then we see like them doing the course for the old man, and the old man is like looking at them, you know seeing them doing the job properly, and yeah, repeat, do the job, get the horse, take out the tree stumps, bring it back, do the job. And yeah, now we get to see them taking out the tree stumps, and a lot of tree stumps have been taken out, and you can see, like, Thorfinn's like looking at that place, and all the tree stumps are out. He's just looking, and Einar kind of puts his hands on his shoulder, and there you go. Now they're going back, and Einar says, "Oh, should we plant in the fall season?" Uh, oh no, not Einar. Sorry, Thorfinn. Thorfinn says, "What should we plant?" And Einar's like, "Wait, what? What are you saying? You don't know that about that?" And obviously, like at that age, people of Thorfinn's age, I'm pretty sure everyone knew about farming because that was like the main profession of each and every one, except a few, obviously, who were way wealthier. They probably didn't know about any of this, like Olmar, you know. However, yeah, that is why he's surprised. He's like, "Oh, wait, Thorfinn, you don't know anything about it?" And he's like, "What the hell?" And Thorfinn is like, "Yeah, like like the place where I lived, there was no such thing because obviously it was like snowing all the time in Iceland. It was like I don't think that place is good for farming. I don't think it's possible to farm over there." So that was his childhood, and then obviously after that, like the whole Ashalat saga happened, like that part. And yeah, so all he knows is just, I don't know, like playing with his friends, playing fighting games, with the wooden stick, and then actually fighting people with like Ashalat as a Vikings and raiding towns, looting them, and like killing people. That's all he knows. So yeah, he doesn't know farming, and obviously Einar does know about it a little bit. Okay, now, and he laughs. He's like, "Oh, my mom and sister will be shocked to hear that." And obviously, I think this is the first time he kind of brought them up again after because he usually doesn't bring them up, uh, because like he lost them in a very bad way. That is why. Either way, they're going, and in comes those guys, those worker guys, and he's like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? You stole a horse or something? Like, whose horse is that? Who gave permission?" And obviously, Einar is like none of your business, like Sverkel. There you go. Mr. Sverkel has lent it to us, and obviously they don't know who Mr. Sverkel is, and they're like, "Who? What? Who's Sverkel? I don't know about any person like that." And they're like, "Oh, you're definitely lying. Like you've nabbed this from someone. Tell us." And Einar is pissed off, and it's like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Like, and I got it from Mr. Sverkel. Just go and ask him." And so this one guy, he's like, "Wait a minute, this horse doesn't look familiar. Like, whose horse is this?" And then when Einar explains that, "Oh, it's like that old man who lives in that hut," and they're like, "Oh, that guy. He's the what does he say? He's the old master. Yeah, old master." And I'm like, "Wait, old master? Does that mean that he's Ketil's father?" And yeah, exactly, he's Ketil's father. And yeah, and they're like, "Wait a minute, that guy, he's cranky. He gives no one anything. Like, aren't you like I hope you're not lying that he gave it to you because he gives nothing to anyone." Well, obviously, people like you who try to bother other people and try to just mess with them. Obviously, he won't give anything to people like you. So yeah, there you go. Like, what the hell? Oh boy. Now, okay. So they kind of explain a little bit. They're like, "Oh, he's the old man's. He's our master's dad. So and he lives over there." Now, after that, we get to see a little bit like Thorfinn and Einar kind of just those things. What are those plows? I think like just dragging them with the horse. And I was thinking here, I was like, where did he get those? And they kind of explained later on that Sverkin, uh, Sverken, that was his name. Just a minute. He just told the name and I just forgot. What the hell is wrong with me? Spherical, yeah, it is spherical. All right. So I was thinking, like, where did he get that? That kind of looks, like a big contraption, and that plow. So it must have. Obviously, those people will not lend it to him, so it must be spherical. And yeah, spherical is the one who lent that to them. Now, they kind of look at the whole place, and like Einar kind of explains to Thorkel, like, "Look at this place. You can see there they have like one of them, they have another one, and they kind of total it up, and he's like, there's like total eight of them, eight or nine of these plows, and these ones are expensive as hell. And to give us a little bit of context as to how expensive it is, he says that in our place, or at least eight families used to, like own one, jointly. That's how expensive it is. Like eight family pitching in like their money were able to only buy one, and this guy has eight of them just lying about with so many horses. They kind of give us a very good estimation as to how rich Kettle is. This guy is rich as hell. Like in today's world, he probably would be a billionaire. That type of person. Like you've seen this place he has this vast place with so many of these lands, and not only that, he has so many people guarding the place, and just he's rich. He's rich as hell, and there you go. So okay, now while they were having that conversation, um, oh, what's his name? Einar. Einar is like, oh, you don't know anything about farming. You really don't know the first thing about farming, do you? Everything's new to you. You're like an overgrown baby. And yeah, I think I also mentioned this in one of my previous episode reactions. I was like, Thorfinn is a baby. He's literally a baby. He knows nothing about the real world. All he knows is fighting, killing people. And, I'm pretty sure his past life, he remembers almost nothing of it. He was a very young kid then. And obviously, after, his dad's death, that was like the main part of his life, going along with Ashala trying to kill him. And yeah, I doubt he remembers anything of his past life, of his younger age. So for him, everything is new. He doesn't even know how to thank people. He doesn't know what to how to normally talk, and how to make friends, and what normal people do. He doesn't. He knows nothing about it. He knows nothing about it. He only knows how to swing around a sword. That's all he knows. So yeah, he's like a baby, and his personality is now being sculpted. You know, it's now being sculpted, and he's actually going to become a person. Obviously looking at the environment, getting influenced by the environment, getting influenced by Einar, who's like the person who is the closest to him now. And yeah, this is how his character will develop from this point onwards. And Thorfinn's like, oh, don't call me that. Okay, rain starts falling, and yeah, now we get to go to Spherical's place, and we see Kettle is there, and Kettle is kind of like, oh, Dad, what are you doing? Why are you staying here? You're doing stuff all alone. You're old. Why are you living alone? Like, let us help you. And just telling all of that. And Kettle, Spherical is like, just leave me alone. If I go and stay with you again, we'll just end up arguing. So it's so funny, Like, you remember the first episode, or was it the second episode? Olmar getting so mad at his dad, and his dad just screaming and being like, oh, why don't you listen? You're my son. And he's like, oh, I don't want to be a farmer, I want to be a battle warrior, and just leaves. That interaction, same thing is happening here. He is also not like his and his dad's opinion doesn't match, and both are having like a little fight as well. So that's so funny. The same thing is happening here as well. They're having an argument, and his dad doesn't see the way Kettle sees the world, and Olmar, that is his son, doesn't see the way Kettle sees the world, and it's just, yeah, nothing you can do about. All right, so they're having that conversation, and Einar and Thorfinn's just outside, and they're like, oh, we cannot get in. Awkward. And Kettle comes out, and he's like, what the hell are you guys doing here? And then he's like, Dad, you cannot just use whatever you want. These are my slaves. And he just leaves, after that, obviously. And yeah, Kettle and not Kettle, sorry, Thorfinn and Einar comes in, and He's like, oh, go in, wash your clothes, and yeah. So they go in, and Einar finds that Snake is there, sleeping. And as soon as Snake smells the food, he just jumps up and he's like, "Old man, where is my food?" And you did not give me food before, but this time I'm going to get my food. And like Svelkel is like, shut the hell up, like you only sleep all day. when when it's time to get food, you wake up and then again go to sleep. Like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm protecting people. This place is peaceful because of me. I do but my daily night patrols and stuff. And yeah, there's no thieves, nothing here. And that's why everything is peaceful. And obviously, Sverkel is like, oh, yeah, I know what patrolling you do. You do patrolling in. Wait, what does he say? Oh, yeah, he says you do the patrolling in the young women's house. Wait, what does he exactly say? Just a minute, let me read that part. Okay. How are you guarding anything when all you do is sneak into young women's homes? And he's like, oh, that's also important, or something like that, he says. And yeah. So they're having this little conversation, and Einar and Thorfinn are just standing there, obviously don't know what to do, and they're like, oh, sit down, eat. And Sverker is like, yeah, sit down and eat. You did your job. You're deserving of a meal at least. And obviously Einar is surprised, and he's like, wait, oh, can we eat? Are we supposed to? Because obviously, they're supposed to be slaves. And he's like, yeah, I get it. Sit down and eat. So here they start having the conversation about, the people who comes here and try to loot stuff. And then Einar is like, do people actually come here? Thieves actually come here and try to get the stuff. And Snake gives us a little bit of, context about the whole situation. He's like, yeah, they do come, and some of them are armed as well. Beating up those guys and capturing them is our job. Now, I was thinking here that, okay, so we've seen so many of these bodyguards are here. Is it worth it? Obviously, yeah, they are protecting the people, but is it worth it to, have so many people here? So many bodyguards. Like we saw, this like, as he says later on, 13 men. So I'm like, how is it profitable to have 13 men guarding this place? Because I was thinking it was too many. However, here Snake says that it's too less. This place is so big that 13 people are not enough. And a few of my people are trying to chase the thieves, and that's not enough people are left to guard that place. So it's not as we are actually lacking manpower. That's what it is, which I was quite surprised with, because here's the thing, as audiences, as we're watching the show, we have no clue how big this place is. We know this place is big. However, I'm pretty sure this place is way bigger than I even expect. It's probably huge, this place that this guy has, and that is why 13 people are not even enough for it. But it is true, hiring 13 people means a lot of money goes down. So, okay, now here, Sverkel says the thing that I was thinking about. He kind of says that, addresses it. He says that what we lose to thieves is equal to what we pay to you. And I was like, yeah, I was also thinking of the same thing. All right, now he says we'd chase off the thieves without your help. We are Nordic men. We know how to use swords and spears. And he's like, oh, you can still fight in your age or something. And he says that, what's his name? Spherical says there are plenty of fighters who are more skilled than you. I'm not so decrepit that I need your concern. Okay, yeah, and then he says that this place is, fighting force is too small, this and that, and then he also says that normal thieves, we can handle it, but what about the people who's going to come and raid the places? If it's 50 or 60 people come in, the Vikings and all that, what can 13 men do? Obviously nothing. And he says like, oh Thorfinn, you do know about it, don't you? And Thorfinn, obviously Thorfinn knows about it. He's like, oh, I have no idea. All right. While they're having this conversation, Sverkel says something interesting. He says like, nothing tougher than thieves come to this place. Um, and yeah, they're having this conversation now here. Where's that play? Don't worry, regardless of what happens, I won't. Okay, come crying to you lot. All right, all that. All right, here we go. Einar asks the question, which was kind of like, what everyone had in their mind. That is, what do you mean by that? We don't get anything tougher than thieves here. Why? Why won't they come? And here, Sverkel tells us the secret of this place. Why more than thieves are not going to come here? Because of King Harald's influence. Okay, wait a minute. King Harald is Canute's brother, isn't it? Let me check. Vinland Saga. Let me check Canute, because I feel like I can see the name of his brother or whatever. Harald. Yep, there you go. Harald is Canute's brother. So yeah, there you go. I was having a little bit confusion here. Yeah, Harald is Canute's brother. Okay, so he says because of King Harald's influence, twice a year Ketil sends him an absurd amount of tribute to him. And that's why this part is under his protection or something. And the king accepts his tribute, he's obligated to protect Ketil. And here we go. Here he kind of talks about this whole thing. He says it's foolishness. Buying peace with money is foolishness. What need is there to hold so much land a single farmer can't defend it himself? Now here kind of Snake interjects. He says like, how many days will you think it's going to come? They're going to take to come here in Jelling? By that time, everything will be taken away. And okay, Sverkel says that, all right, too much wealth brings about misfortune. Increasing your wealth makes you fear losing it. You spend money to assuage your fears and then have to earn more. And my idiot son hasn't realized yet how pointless it is. There we go, this one. So, true, it is true. So, here's the thing. Obviously, the dad is not happy about how Ketil is like, doing these type of things. He's like, why do we need so much? We have so much like property, so much stuff here, so much that we actually need people and like King Harald's protection to make sure everything is fine. So having too much money means we're afraid of people taking it from us. That is why we spend money to hire people so that they are able to protect us, and in the process we earn more so that we're able to continue doing it. So what we are doing is we are basically protecting our money by spending money and earning it again. True, if you think about it, what's the point? What is the point of having so much that you have to actually spend money in protecting that money, and you're using that same money to spend it on people to protect that money and earning more so that it doesn't go away? So you're basically using your money to protect your money. Like, you can see how worthless, like not worthless, what's the word, how I cannot find the proper word, how pointless, yeah, that's the word, how pointless it is, having so much money that you need to use that money to hire people to protect that money, and you continue doing that. That's the thing. And obviously he's not saying that, oh, we don't need money. He's saying we don't need this much money. Now, here's one thing I kind of always think about, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and I've heard this some amounts of time, and it has like a very like like a very divided opinion based on it. What I'm talking about is Do we need money? Can money buy happiness? This is a question, like I said, has a lot of answers. And there's like, it's kind of like, like clearly broken into two parts, like 50-50 almost, where 50% of the people says, yeah, we need money, we can buy happiness with money. Because having money would mean that we don't have to, like, like poverty is bad. Obviously poverty is extremely, like, like it's something that is going to, like, obviously, like, it's something that no people want. And that is why having money is good. Instead of, like, living our lives just, like, going and just, like, doing our stuff, earning money, and just, like, just bringing little bit of money and going back again, like, working hard again to earn that money. Instead of just doing that, if you have a lot of money, obviously it's way better. That's one portion of people saying that. However, there's another portion of people who say that no, money doesn't buy happiness. I have so much money, however I have nothing in my life. None of, like, I have no friends. No, all the people who are with me, they just are with me because of my money. And I have no people that I can call my own. So I have this huge house where I sit down all alone doing nothing. And just, here, for example, here, get in, he's that example, the person who with so much money, and they're like, no, money doesn't buy happiness. But at the same time, you can say that you're saying that because you have money. There are so many people who are starving. They don't have money. If they had money, they can do so many things. So how can you, since you have money, you are saying that you don't need money? There's also that, like, thing. And there's so many, like, debates and everything. However, there's one thing I believe, and this is one thing that I truly, like, what can I say, like, um money, obviously you need money. It's not that people don't need money. However, what you don't need is money in excess. You need money, however you don't need money in excess. And I think that is, like, the perfect answer for this problem. Like, can money buy happiness? Yeah, it can buy happiness. However, you don't need excessive money. You need the amount that will you'll be able to use to make yourself happy, and that's it. And I think here this guy is saying the same thing, Svelken. He's not saying that, oh, you don't need money. He's saying that you have so much that you're spending that money to buy, like, to hire people who are protecting that money. What's the point? You lose your sleep at night thinking about whether some robber or some bandits will come and grab your money and go away or something. You lose every day of your, like, life just thinking about that in your bed, like, while you're at bed, like, some stress, getting stressed out, and hire people to protect that money. What is the point? Is that bringing you happiness? Is that excessive money that you have bringing you happiness? Obviously not. Yes, you need money, definitely. However, you don't need excessive money. And this is something that I kind of believe. And it's so crazy, like, this is the thing, like, I did not know the proper answer to this question. However, I'm pretty sure everyone knows PewDiePie. I'm like a huge fan of PewDiePie. I used to watch all of his videos and everything. And I remember him speaking about this, where he kind of explained this, that yeah, money definitely brings happiness, but he used this word that excessive money doesn't buy happiness. Like, this is the thing. You definitely need money, but you don't need excessive money. And I feel like that is the time when I was also able to, like, properly, like, agree with him. And I also think of the same thing here. It's not that you don't need money, or, like, money doesn't buy happiness. None of that. Yes, money definitely buy happinesses, but excessive money doesn't buy happiness. You need money, just the amount that will be able to make you, will make you satisfied, and that's it. Nothing more than that. you know the excessive money, just use it or do something with it. Don't just put it in, like, treasure chest and just put it under your, like, house, just sweating and thinking about, oh, when will a bandit come and take it, and then hiring people to save that money, to protect that money. None of that. The amount you have, to properly live, have that. Excessive ones, just use it or do something with it. you know just that type of thing. So I feel like that's, like, the best thing, like, that you could do. And I'm pretty sure this guy Falcon is also trying to say that, he doesn't need money, this amount of money, excessive money that he has, he doesn't need it. And that's why he was talking about this whole part, and this part was very interesting to hear and listen. And yeah, anyways, so Snake then leaves. Snake is like, oh, like when it stopped raining, like like let me go. I'm going to patrol. And Falcon is like, don't come back, just leave. And he's like, you're saying that, but you do kind of miss me if I don't come, don't you? And he's like, shut up, go away, don't come back. And Thorfinn is like, Thorfinn and Einar just leave after that, and Einar says that, oh, these guys are kind of weird, aren't they? But Thorfinn's like, yeah, but it feels like they have, like they have that connection that even father and son don't have. And yeah, and after that we get to see like Thorfinn just stops and he's like, too much wealth, huh? And he's also thinking about it, like, yeah. And then he starts walking again, and next we get to see a little bit of a time skip. They have like little beards and everything, and we see Thorfinn spreading the seeds, and Einar is like teaching him how to do it, and Einar is like, I'm your friend, trust me. He says that, and Thorfinn's like, friend? And he's like, wait, am I not your friend or something? And Thorfinn kind of smiles a little bit, and he's like, no, you're right, we are friends. And yeah, there you go. That's where it ended. So I think it's starting to become fall because we can see the the trees, they are having like the leaves are kind of getting red and reddish and yellowish. I'm pretty sure fall is coming. And yeah, there you go, that was this episode. This was a really good episode, and I really enjoyed that part where they were talking about the whole like property, the money, that part, where Svelkan was talking about it. So yeah, that was a really good thing. That's a very good question. Like I said, it's a question I'm pretty sure everyone has asked themselves in their life. Can money buy happiness? And yeah, it can. However, excessive money cannot buy happiness. Money can buy happiness, I think, but at the same time, you don't need excessive money. Money in excess cannot buy happiness, but money can buy happiness, because obviously, like, everything needs money. If you have money, obviously you'll be more happy. You'll be able to provide for yourself, your family, everyone. But you don't need that excess money. And that is what exactly they said here. Svelkan was trying to say that. Svelkan said that you don't need so much. My son doesn't need so much that he's just, to protect that money, he's like hiring people and spending that money on his money. He's literally spending his money on his money. Like, that's what he's doing. So not so much, like that he himself won't be able to control. So yeah, that is excessive money. And we'll also see Thorfinn kind of thinking about that as well in the end. He's like, excessive money. And he was thinking about it. And there you go. So that was it. That was my reaction to episode number wait, what episode? 6. Episode number 6 of Vinland Saga Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. That is my reaction to this episode. So see you guys next week with another episode on Vinland Saga. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.